Namaskar and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into something really powerful, a blueprint for transforming a whole region. And it's all based on one big idea, that every single community already has the key to its own prosperity. It's about unlocking the wealth that's, hiding right there in plain sight. So let's just start with the problem, right? The why behind this whole blueprint. The source material paints this incredibly stark picture. People so poor, they're living on grass seeds for months at a time. I mean, just let that sink in. This isn't something from a history book. This is the real-world challenge that sparked the entire economic model we're about to break down. Okay, so when you're faced with that kind of extreme poverty, what do you do? What's the solution? Well, the core idea here is to achieve complete economic self-sufficiency. And we're not talking about charity or, temporary fixes. This is about fundamentally rebuilding the local economy from the ground up, so it can actually stand on its own 2 feet. And this isn't just about survival. Not at all. It's a strategy for building real, lasting prosperity. Think of it like a building with two massive pillars holding it up. The first pillar, that's the safety net. It makes sure that absolutely no one gets left behind. And the second pillar, that's the engine for growth. The thing that's designed to propel the entire community forward. So, step one, you guarantee the absolute essentials for every single person. We're talking food, clothing, housing, education, medicine. That's your foundation, right? That creates stability. And then, from that solid base, you build the engine of prosperity. You get into profitable cash crops, local industries, things that actually generate new wealth. See how it works? One ensures survival. The other unlocks success. All right, so where does this whole thing start? It starts with the land itself, and with this really powerful principle called maximum utilization. The idea is actually super simple, but it's totally transformative. You look at every single resource you have, the soil, the rivers, you name it, and you ask one simple question. How can we get the absolute most out of this? How do we unlock its fullest potential? And what's so smart about this is how the strategy adapts. This is absolutely not a one-size-fits-all approach. Take a look. In the sticky soil of Rar, which holds water really well, the plan is for winter rice. But over in the sandy soil of Bangladesh, it's autumn rice. It's just a masterclass in working with nature, not trying to fight it, all to maximize every single harvest. This whole idea of maximum utilization gets even cooler when you look at a single crop, like jute. I mean, we usually just think of jute for making sacks, right? Well, this plan sees it as the foundation for a whole bunch of local industries. We're talking paper, synthetic silk, carpets, even fine clothing in this amazing material called jute wool. So all of a sudden, one single plant isn't just a crop anymore. It's the engine for an entire local economy. How incredible is that? Okay, so you've got the resources figured out, but what about the people? How do you organize everyone to make this happen? Well, the blueprint has a really unique phased approach for this, using farmer cooperatives. And this is key. It's not just about restructuring the land, it's about restructuring the social and economic relationships that are tied to that land. And they're smart about it. It's a gradual process, all designed to build trust and momentum. You don't just march in and force everyone into a cooperative on day one. No way. You start small, with the least productive land. You prove that the model works. You show people the benefits. And then you slowly expand. It's an evolution, not a revolution, see? It's about moving from individual struggle to collective success, step by step. And get this, here's how the model actually gets people on board. It's all about incentives. At the very beginning, in phase one, the profit is split 50-50. Half to the landowner, half to the laborers. But watch what happens. As the cooperative grows and matures, that balance shifts dramatically. The share for the laborers, the people who are actually doing the work, it jumps all the way up to 75%. This isn't just a different split. It's a fundamental shift in economic power. It rewards the people creating the value directly. So you might be wondering, how do you actually apply all these big ideas on the ground? From which crops to plant to setting up these cooperatives. Well, the answer is pretty surprising. You don't apply them from the top down. This whole vision, it's not some mandate that's dictated from a far-off capital city. Its success hinges entirely on hyper-local, ground-up planning. And that's why the planning has to be, as the source says, block-wise. The blueprint gets a very simple truth. The soil in one village is not the same as the soil in the village next door. The climate, the water access, the skills people have, it's all different. So a plan that's a huge success in one block could totally fail in another. One area might become a powerhouse for jute industries, while its neighbor becomes the go-to place for fish farming or some other specialty crop. It has to be local. Okay, this brings us to what might be the most important takeaway of this whole thing. Because while all the details we've been talking about are for one specific region, the philosophy, the big idea behind it, well, that's completely universal. And really, this whole blueprint forces us to ask ourselves that question. Think about its core principles: getting the absolute most out of every resource, building a cooperative structure that empowers workers, and doing detailed local planning. I mean, those ideas can be applied literally anywhere. It's a call to action, really. It's asking you to look around your own town, your own community, and start seeing the untapped potential that's just waiting to be unlocked. And at the end of the day, the message here is just one of profound optimism and empowerment. It's saying the wealth is already there, nature has already been generous. It's not a question of scarcity, it's a question of application. It's saying that through cooperation and through smart local planning, any community can unlock the prosperity that it already has inside it. So if this explainer gave you a new way to think about things, do us a favor and subscribe to the channel and like this explainer so other people can discover it too. Thanks so much for watching.